Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We are here with Twilight Malediction, our Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign. Um, so we're back. Episode 20. Big deal. We've been at this since January 12th was our premiere, and we've only missed 1 week, so it's a very cool thing to be a part of. Big shout out to our amazing players for being awesome and coming back every week and letting me torture their beloved characters. I am Manny at GrowedUpGeek on your social medias. I'm your host and Dungeon Master this evening. As always, we will start with character intros, a quick summation, and jump right into our big 20th episode for this show. Let us start with meeting our amazing cast who's here week in and week out and deals with my bullshit. Let us start with our cleric, chilling in a cave, having some moments of inspiration, perhaps. Dustin, tell us about Kelroth.
Hello. Hello. I am Kelroth. I am a pacifist. I am a half-elf cleric of the life domain. And I'm in the world trying to make amends and do the right thing, in my own view, anyways. I keep the party alive, and I say encouraging things to motivate them. There we go.
There you go. I was like, been doing a lot of keeping them alive lately. It's been kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Somebody's
A little bit.
Somebody's figuring out how to balance combat right before you guys level up, and it all goes to shit. So who cares? All right, let's move upstairs to our most mobile and still kind of mysterious character. Lewis, tell us about Baldr.
I'm Lewis, playing Baldr, who is a Way of the Living Weapon Court Azamar monk. Not from around here. Sent to, solve problems, to try and prove himself as a warrior, and as so has made some questionable decisions in trying to make up for them and define what he believes in.
And very nice, yes. We're still figuring that out. I'm still trying to figure it out too myself. All right, let's go downstairs to our tanky little man, our gnome artificer, who, much to the DM's surprise, has an AC of 21. Landon, tell us about Orryn.
Orryn is a rock gnome artificer. Given his small stature, he definitely does like to, give himself a little bit of protection with his craft. But he's got that high defense, and he's got the little annoying thunder gauntlets. They may not injure people too much, yes, but they definitely take some heat off of his allies, which is important to Orryn. He's very excited. He feels like he's getting closer and closer to figuring out all these secrets in the north, and so he's enjoying it, even though he's been beat up pretty good a couple times. But he's ready to see what today has to bring.
It's like a vacation, just a working one.
Exactly.
All right, and
It's like the Thor and Hulk. He's
Yeah.
a friend from work.
Yeah, I love that movie. All right, let's finish up with our native of Icewind Dale, biter of faces, and person who rid himself of his cursed very nice axe last session. Tenta, tell us about Jaatuuli.
I'm Tenta. I'm playing Jaatuuli. I am a giant ice lizard folk of the Icewind Dale. I can live in the tundra because I worship Cryovane. It's a boon I receive in my tribe. And I'm a big savage, totally not a pacifist, and solver of living things being alive.
Yeah, the Ying to Kelroth Yang faux show. All right, that's our amazing group of players here again on our 20th episode. Big deal to me. I'm Manny at GrowedUpGeek on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube as well. If you don't like the video on demand on Twitch, check us out on YouTube. Almost every episode of both of our shows are up now. Give us a like, follow, sub, anything on those various platforms just to help us support the channel and keep going and know what you guys like. Yeah, alright, so that's it for that. Last session, the map currently up on stream, poked through the clouds and into the sunshine for the first time in what probably seemed like weeks. It probably actually is weeks. On the trail of what they believe to be the Goliaths, the missing reghead Goliaths that they'd encountered more than a few times. They made their way up, fought an ice troll, dealt with an avalanche, some guard drakes, yeah. What else? The skeleton.
Well, we did let the one guard break.
Yeah, and the skeleton.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then the skeleton at the very peak of the mountain before their maps and the trails that they have been following kind of go over the peak in the image, and they're going to start to descend back down from this peak and wind their way back, most likely into the darkness of the curse of the Frostmaiden.
I took a trophy from that skeleton.
Oh yeah, wait, you took his axe, yeah?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I took a big ass axe.
Give me that.
I was like, "You can't have this," and he's like, "Oh."
I mean, he's all bone, man. He's got no muscle tone.
Yeah.
Plus, bones
no.
probably don't have a really good grip. It's not very spongy.
He's like, "Oh."
Yeah, rope burn. So the party dealt with that. The Goliath barbarians not quite as lucky as the party. Both of them were slain by the giant skeleton. And as the party was leaving this icy cave to continue on the path, they were fired at by two drow who kind of turned, took a couple of pot shots, and went down the trail through the kind of cloud line and into the darkness. And that is where we will pick it up with the... Hold on, let me put the cave back up just in case. There's the cave right there. Kind of just inside the cave, having just taken a short rest. Yeah, and we'll turn it over to the party. You're fresh off your short rest, feeling a little good, a little spunky. Outside the cave, and as it appears in the image, as the trail goes kind of to the east edge, that's going to be the trail to follow the drow, and then the south end is going to be the trail that you came up from. All right, let's turn it over to the players, and what do you guys want to do?
Well, we're all nice and rested, tended to our wounds. I think we should follow the direction the drow went, since I guess that makes the most sense.
All right.
Orryn would agree.
Yeah, why not follow the drought? Unless I think we've already explored this cave pretty good.
Yeah, you guys have gone all the way through it. You were on your way out. All right. So time to go. Head down the mountain.
Yeah, let's head on after the drought.
Okay. You kind of make your way through these like rocky kind of outcroppings, very jagged from the top of the mountain, and from this vantage point, there's still like considerable amount of the Spine of the World mountain range entirely in front of you. But from this high altitude, you can clearly see into like Faerun proper, like where Luskan would be, and all of those cities, just the uncursed civilized world at this point, beyond the Spine of the World mountains. As you kind of make your way down, the air sky in front of you starts to darken, and about a couple of 100 feet down the mountain, as you kind of crest over it, you're back into like the cloud line. It looks like fog and mist from your perspective, and then the trail continues of two kind of petite, narrowish sets of feet down just through the cloud line and into the darkness below.
Does our map make any reference to this area or anything like that? Because we've kind of collected a couple of maps now. Does this seem? Do we get a hint as to like where we might be, or if we're heading in the right direction?
The most detailed map that you received most recently does kind of show this part where to kind of crest over the mountain and back down, and you'll kind of in a roundabout way circle back towards like the darkness. This was just the kind of available path without having to like climb sheer faces of rock.
Okay, so ahead of us, what do we see?
Just a kind of not steep, but kind of rough decline all through snow, and something of a trail. You're going to start getting out of like the kind of jagged rocks and back to the smooth side of the mountain, so it's a lot of snow, and then 2 sets of footprints kind of take off, continue down the mountain, and then through what looks like a mist or a fog, and it's actually just the cloud line.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Is there any like large rocks around?
Yeah, I mean,
Large rocks.
I mean, how large is large?
You know, like,
Basketball sized?
no, bigger than a
Yeah,
basketball.
I was like,
Oh.
I wanted to hear your frame of reference.
Like beach ball, like
Okay.
like beach ball.
Yeah. There's, it's all rocky. Everything's kind of smashed up here. I'm sure you could find a rock that big.
All right.
Like a strong man. Right.
That's like I said. That's what I was thinking. He's one of these
Yeah, like an atlas stone. Yeah.
That's all you have to say, man.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that until like Strongman Rock, and I was like, Atlas Stone, duh.
Okay. All right.
Tell the party, I will show you how we make sure the trail is clear in the lizard folk realm. And I'll go over and grab one of the big rocks and run over to where I see the footprints and whoosh, throw it straight down where I see the footprints and watch it tumble into the bag.
All right. Give me an athletics check just for see how far you like yeet this thing down the road.
Yeet. God, that's my favorite of all the kids' words, you know?
AF and lit are up there too. Lit in an ironic sense. AF I use legitimately. Yeet mostly in like ironically. But AF
Yeah.
I use that shit all the time.
Yeet pleases me on a really weird level. I don't know why I like it so much.
There's somebody whose verbal component of, what is it, counterspell was yeet, yeet, spell delete.
That's really good.
Yeah, I bring up the old English with the young whippersnappers. I bring out my notwithstandings and therefore my
Yeet-
fortnights.
Yeah.
I love that game. No, I mean 2 weeks ago. God, go away.
No, Fortnite.
Yeah, dude, duh. I got a 19 on the athletics check.
Okay. So you're going to chuck this thing. It's going to hit the snow. And as the snow is kind of wet and sticky, it's going to start to stick to itself and just kind of gain momentum and grow larger and larger. And by the time it disappears through the clouds, it's like the Indiana Jones boulder size.
Oh, yeah.
It's just going to roll. And you're going to hear this kind of like combination of like crunching snow and this almost like train sound as it gains momentum, and you're gonna hear it like hit something hard, then silence, and then a couple seconds later a crash that sounds like broken glass, and just this insane echo of the shattering glass sound.
We broke someone's window.
I probably
Greenhouse.
Oh shit, guys, run the other way.
Run! Oh!
Somebody's weed plants.
I look over at the party and go, that was immensely satisfying.
The druid's like, those young whippersnappers are breaking my window. Oh shit.
Whacking it.
Cheese it, man. Cheese it.
Smash.
Okay. Did that sound like any, like, can I quite make out? Like, did it sound like, well, it sounded like glass, but did it sound like something else? Like
the sound of it like rolling down that kind of low rumble would have, for the most part, kind of obscured any sound. Like if it hit something, it was.
But there was a stop. It stopped.
It stopped.
And then there was a sound.
Yes.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
They have laser turrets, and it shot it. It like came to rest, and then it was like.
I feel like it hit a little ramp type thing and went.
Oh, now it's cooler. Oh.
Yeah.
They're jumping BMX
like
bikes.
it got some airtime.
They're jumping BMX bikes waiting on you guys. Backflips and shit.
Well, okay, everything's obscured by the fog, right?
Yes.
Like we can't really see what it hit or anything.
We can.
See, this is the spellcaster's dilemma where you're like, do I have a solution for that? I would like to. Well, okay. It really depends on how much time we want to kick around here. If we just want to march ahead, because I have that augury spell.
Let's go ahead and march ahead.
All right, let's go.
All right, I'm convinced.
Me first.
It's one of the, bonuses of Dungeons and Dragons where you're like, I'm gonna cast this thing that takes 10 minutes, and that takes 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're like, all right, anybody want to do anything?
Where
in
we
10
just
minutes?
agree that
No?
it took 10
Cool.
minutes.
10 minutes has passed. What's the usual? Do you guys want to do the usual marching order? What is it? Jaatuuli, Baldr, Orryn, Kelroth, Kelroth, Orryn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was going before Kelroth.
Okay.
Because Kelroth also has heavy armor.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm loud and not good at stealth and
I
slow.
love that the two armored people are in the back.
We're very insistent on getting jumped from behind.
Jaatuuli's armored in scales and muscles,
And
and you're
anger.
armored in quickness
And anger.
and anger.
All right. So you guys gonna march single file down through the fog?
Yeah.
Yes.
The air is
Keeping
gonna
our
get.
eyes out.
You're gonna feel this like sudden kind of density of air that was severely lacking in the sunlight, which is also going to be kind of a memory as the darkness creeps back in. The cloud line is a little longer than maybe you expected. It's a couple of 100 feet, and as you pop out on the other side, you see these tracks, or this track of where the boulder rolled through, and it's going to roll for about 150 feet and then hit what appears to be a crevice. Hold on, let me find where did it, there it goes. Boom.
Crevice.
So it's going to be up on stream. Let me get it to you guys in the Discord. And it's going to roll down to this big chasm that's in the middle of the kind of descent down the mountain. Looks like you can see kind of icy barbs sticking out of the ground, very jagged. And the footprints, which kind of run parallel to the track of the ball, you see kind of go and disappear into what appears to be a stairwell.
Any sign of the rock?
It has. You would imagine it went off into the chasm.
All right, I'm gonna walk to the edge of the chasm and peer down, see if I can't see where it made a hit.
Okay. As you make your way to the edge, this horrific, laugh of a madman just screeches from the far end of the chasm, and it echoes through all the kind of ice below that makes up the walls going down into it. In the bottom, you see just the carnage caused by this rock. Shattered ice everywhere, a huge divot, and what looks like one little kind of sprig of like shock white hair coming out from underneath it. And some red ruby slippers as well. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, got the wicked witch. I'll look down and yes, perfect. Come look at this, guys. This is great.
Orryn starts laughing at the thing.
The mad laughter kind of continues. And if anybody at the edge of the chasm wants to give me a perception check.
I want to.
I tried.
I got an 18 with a
Okay.
+0. I rolled it.
I didn't trust myself enough to go near the edge.
Okay. I'm kind of clumsy in all this armor.
Yeah.
Orryn, from your perspective at the edge, kind of letting Jaatuuli show you what he did, there appears to be an iron cage on the far end of the chasm, and inside you see what looks like a humanoid figure, barely dressed, long beard, scraggly, cuts and scratches like all over their body, and this just maniacal laugh, just constantly just echoing through the chasm.
Orryn will laugh a little bit to kind of laugh with it.
He's
And
the
then
10.
Yeah. And then Orryn will yell and say, "Hey, why are you over there?"
Just continues laughing. Where's everybody at?
Me and Orryn are at the edge,
Okay.
standing here looking
Are-
down.
Where are we, like, in relation to the map? Are we
If-
down at the bottom here?
Yeah, if they are, if they're at the edge, they're somewhere like above like Z1. I figure around that edge. Z1 is the stairwell.
Yeah. Well, they went to the edge. I'm gonna be peering into the stairwell. Take a
As
gander.
as you look down the stairwell, you see piles of humanoid bones. Some with flesh still.
My favorite.
Some with flesh still on them. Some just completely just plain down to the bone. And
I just turned back to the group. I'm like, I think drow eat people.
Well, nothing weird about that.
Oh, I guess so.
Orryn
It's just not
will
something
say-
I ever heard of before.
Orryn will say, "The drow that I've met at Silvery Moon never ate anyone. Maybe it's just the northern drow. Maybe they're just bad eggs. And we need to track them."
Maybe northern people eat people.
Yeah, well, I totally understand because he's got those big teeth and he's got those big claws. But we don't have those teeth, so I don't know why I would want to eat each other.
Nature intends that I eat meat.
Yes, fair enough. Do you eat any non-meat?
Yes, I eat vegetables and grain, though
Okay, all right.
I'm not fond of it.
I've seen you drink. I don't know if I've seen your massive teeth take a chomp out of a carrot
Yeah,
immediately.
eat your
it
vegetables.
is a complete exciting.
You'll go blind without these carrots.
Okay. The bones, yeah, they're humanoid. Some still have chunks on them.
And they're how far away from us, Manny?
What's that? The stairwell's about like 10 feet down on a decline, and at the top of the stairs, like to look down them, you can't see anything beyond probably 10 feet into like the chamber below. That whole thing is like covered by snow, so it's underground.
And the dude's cage is
Like on the you and Orryn can see it like on the far end of like the gap. It's going to be one level below you. So the chasm is like 3 tiers. It's going to be 1 tier below you, which is about, I believe, 30 feet below like the surface where you and Orryn are standing. And then the little stairwell goes down about 10 feet.
Is it darkness in there?
It is. It doesn't seem to have any illumination like of its own. The only kind of source of light seems to be coming in from the left-hand side of the chamber, as you see it. Orryn and Jaatuuli, if they wanted to, give me a perception check of like the chasm.
I would love to,
Once again.
but I don't see a damn thing. So
But I rolled a 4.
I also rolled a 4, so I netted a 7.
Okay. Luckily, right underneath your.
You two like staring into each other's eyes.
We're just
Distracted.
Something.
What do
Yeah,
you see,
distracted
bro?
talking about
My
the
whole
beach.
world, bro. You're looking at me. That's right. So with your 7, because I'm not asking you to see like literally beyond you, right at your feet, 30 feet down, you see like an entrance that looks like it might meet up with the cavern down at the bottom of the stairs.
all right. We should head down the stairs.
Alright.
What do you think? I will go first.
Sounds reasonable.
All right.
Yeah, I bet that growl's hiding down there.
Okay. As you make your way down, there is a big influx of whatever light is available through a passageway that kind of descends down out into the second tier of the chasm. Ahead of you, it just looks dark. You can kind of see the outline of the main chamber and then a cut in the wall, and then it kind of proceeds into darkness ahead of you.
All right. Orryn, we could use your shiny toys.
He will pull out the little glass or crystal balls, and he will infuse a little bit of magic into them to cause them to light up.
Okay. The cavern's going to light up. You're going to see a pretty large set of bones on the floor. A couple of corpses. They look like they're human, kind of in the same way of the captive in the cave. They're just going to kind of be slumped dead against the wall. And ahead of you into the kind of dark, the chamber that was once dark, you're going to see an altar with lots of blood on it, and the 2 drow behind it with some cover and some pretty vicious looking crossbows. And I want to need everybody to roll for initiative, please. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You rolled, huh? Not so good. Unless you're like, oh Jesus, I just killed the whole party.
No. I don't even think I don't even think Kelroth's gonna do worse than this.
You'd be
Wow.
surprised.
Hold that thought. 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
24.
24. There we go.
Wow.
That's a monk initiative
That's
roll
a
right
monk
there.
roll
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
20
I'm at
16.
16.
I'm at 19. I didn't see shit, but I was ready.
Ha!
Barbarians are always ready.
All right, Kelroth, did you beat a 3?
Nope.
Ah!
2.
Wow.
You were so close.
The folks at
I
home-
was so close to being prepared for once.
Plus
Give it a
2
round
plus
of
2 to
applause.
initiative for a 3.
Everyone's like got into their combat position, like, oh, there they are, and I'm like, huh?
Where are we? What are we doing?
Hey.
I dropped my shield. Oh,
All right, so the drow are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're going to be about 40 feet away. Baldr's going to be first to act, so they're going to be about 40.
they're like hiding behind this.
The altar that you'll see in the next room. So they're gonna have half
Good
cover.
guns. This is a shootout.
They are quite primed with, like I said, these rather vicious-looking crossbows that they have.
Okay, so you said they're 40 feet away?
40 feet away.
Alright, I can move 40 feet, so I will move into their area since they are armed with crossbows.
Front on them.
Real quick, I'm just checking on something.
40 feet is going to put you on, like, the altar standing over them.
Alright. Then I will do that and melee attack both of them. Just kind of like sliding, like basically like sliding kick across it, kick in the face for both of them.
Heard John Woo.
Like Sub-Zero.
Got the high ground.
Going all John Woo, sliding across tables and shit.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, an 18 for the first one.
Okay. Yes.
And then a 17 for the second one.
17 does not get it done. Wow, we established,
All right,
established the AC real quick.
All right, so 18 is the AC, correct? They will take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And I will spend a key point, and that's Stunning Strike. Make a con save for me, please.
I don't like you, dice. Ooh, that's not going to do much better. It's going to be a 12. Oh, wait, hold on. Saving throw con. 14.
Nope.
Okay.
You are now stunned.
All right. Do I get
So
to...
one of them is now stunned.
Okay. Do I get to make a save on my throw? On my turn?
I think it's at the end of your turn.
Okay.
No.
Well,
oh no, it just lasts one turn.
It
Right?
lasts till the end of my next turn.
And I can't do nothing about it.
Not with that guy.
Okay.
You were now.
You had to make that save.
You had to make that save, and now you're just paralyzed.
That's Mortal Kombat. You're all.
Okay. Cool. Great. Level 5. A lot of fun. All right. What else you got?
That's just monk shit.
Yeah.
No, that was it for me right now.
All right. Okay, cool. So one of them stunned, one of them having deftly dodge the John Woo double kick to the head. Jaatuuli, next to act, also about 40 feet away and behind an altar.
Okay, I can move 40 feet. So.
Jesus.
Yeah. Barbarians, you know. They're fast.
I don't know.
They can run fast too. Yeah, barbarians and monks get extra speed.
I'll move up there, and the one that isn't stunned,
Okay.
I'll reach down and grab him by the head.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to give you advantage on your strength check because drow are kind of like svelte, and I imagine that it's probably like picking up like a 14-year-old girl. Just size-wise?
Yeah.
Comparatively.
I mean, like, yeah, right?
Yeah, there's no way you'll ever beat me because I got a 24. Or no, yeah, 24.
Okay.
So.
I rolled a 4.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
If this was Warhammer, I'd have a huge factor on you right now.
All right. So you gonna pick it up by like the hair, or like just palm his head like a basketball?
Just palm his head, sink my claws in a little bit to make it hurt, and pick him up and use my bonus action to bite him in the face.
Okay.
So that is a 26 AC.
Yes.
Wow.
For 9 damage.
Right.
I'll and I swallowed the material that I've bitten off for three extra hit points.
We're gonna say you're gonna take part of his cheek and most of his nose.
Give him the old Tyrion Lannister, huh?
That's where I was going. Except not just a scar. I mean, like in the book where he lost the nose.
Yeah, not.
He's gonna look like Red Skull in a minute.
It's I always think like if anyone ever survives or runs away from us, they'll be like so cool at the bar. They'll be like, I got this fighting.
Lizard man bit my face
Giant
off.
lizard. Yeah.
Plus, it's
Grab
easy
me by
to
the face,
track
bit my
anybody
face
who
off.
ever did get away. I've seen you before.
You swallowed my face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use
All right.
second attack
Okay.
for another bite.
All right.
So that is a 19 to hit on the second attack.
Yes.
For another 9 points of damage.
Ooh. All right.
This one is kind of in the shoulder and give him a little maul action a little bit.
All right, and then you're gonna let him fall.
No, I'm gonna hold on to him.
All right. So you took a bite out of his face and cheek. I don't know, like a Vulcan neck pinch bite, something like that.
Yeah.
And he's gonna stand there, still palmed, because like I said, I can't imagine he weighs very much. Kind of kicking his feet in panic. All right, is that it?
Yep, that's what I got.
All right, Orryn, 40 feet away behind an altar. Now, any line of sight you would have is obscured by Baldr on one side, Jaatuuli on the other.
And there's just the two of them, correct?
The two of them. Oh yeah, Drow. Yes.
Yeah. So, Orryn, knowing he can't move 40 feet, he's going to move as far as he can, the 25 feet. And he's going to pull out what would look, to us like a high-tech grenade, and he kind of like clicks a button and it starts lighting up, and starts beeping rapidly, and he's going to throw it past Baldr and Jaatuuli, and it's going to blow up in electricity, just like electric shocks going everywhere. It's shatter spell. They both need to make a DC 16 Constitution save.
Does it hit Jaatuuli or Baldr?
It's a 10-foot radius, so ideally it would go past them, and not include them.
All right. Give me an athletics check to see, because it's going to take like a perfect throw to get it just against the edge. If you throw it too hard, it's going to bounce off and come back.
I rolled a 9.
I should make you make the save.
Now I'm about to get shocked.
To be fair, it is a spell. It is a spell. I'm just flavoring the hardness.
Since they're is it on a flat plane? It's a 10-foot radius.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot radius sphere.
Okay.
So, like,
ooh. 10-foot radius sphere. All right. I'm gonna let Jaatuuli and Baldr make their save with advantage, as the kind of thing would eventually, by their heads, start to kind of curl away in the sphere. If it was a 10-foot like radius, just flat plane, you guys would be good. All right, what do I need? 16?
Yes, DC 16 con save.
Ooh, one of them definitely for sure.
I got it.
Hey, so what happens with the dude that's stunned? Does he make a save or does he fail?
So I guess a stunned would fail.
He would
just
fail,
because
right?
He's
he couldn't make the
he
save.
can't defend himself.
Okay. All right. So the stunned one is gonna fail. The one that's missing like significant portions of its face and neck is gonna save.
And do you want me to just roll damage die once and just divide everyone and roll it for each one? I rolled a 13 on that one damage.
I got an 18 on my con save.
Okay, so you saved.
I got a 21.
Okay. So so what if you fail? If you succeed, you still take some damage.
Yeah, if you succeed, it's half damage. And if you fail, it's full damage.
Okay. Both of
And
them.
if it's made of inorganic material, that's just disadvantage. It doesn't.
Do what you want. Roll for each one if you want. If you like that 13, I imagine that's a good number for the stunned one.
I'll go with 13. 13 is average.
Okay.
It's the average. Like 13 and a half would be average damage.
Okay.
So I'll just go with that for all of it.
All right. So 13 to the stunned one and 6 to the one missing its face. All right.
And 6 Jaatuuli and Baldr. And you'll hear Orryn's like, "Sorry, it's a new weapon. Still learning."
Still in development. What was that?
And
all right.
Did 6 damage to us? Who saved?
yeah, lightning damage. It's thunder damage. I thought it was lightning. Okay, it's more of a flash.
I was saying it's a flashbang.
Yeah. So sorry about that.
It's gonna like echo through the chamber. Some of the icy stalagmites, tights at the top, are gonna fall. Not hit anybody, but it's quite the concussive blast.
Took down all the healing I got from my short rest.
All right, is that it?
I imagine the one with half his face bit off, like his nose is hanging on by a thread, and the sound just like blows up the rest of.
Flapping. It's like flapping jowl.
Yeah.
It's called guanciales.
Guancha.
Nice. All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. It is now the Drow's turn. The stun one's going to do nothing, having just been hit with a flashbang. The other one is going to take a slash at Jaatuuli with his short sword.
Yeah, I guess he does, huh?
19 to hit.
Yep.
And you're going to take 11 piercing damage.
Okay.
And 14 poison damage.
Oh, fucking brutal.
Drow play dirty. Alright, so it lasts till what? The end of Baldr's turn is when my stun dude still gets to whatever?
Yeah, the end of my turn coming up.
Alright, so Drow 1 still stunned, not doing well. Drow 2 doing slightly worse, but not stunned or altered in any way. And it is Kelroth's turn. You're muted, buddy.
I think you muted.
Yes, I will have seen Baldr do like a Naruto run in, and then quickly followed by Jaatuuli just like groof, groof, groof. At this point I guess I can't really see what's going on there. Then a flashbang went off, and are they looking pretty damaged?
The Drow? They're not doing great, but they're kind of meaty.
Okay. Oh, I should have. Oh, okay. That's something for later. I will join the boys. And let's see. I guess I don't really have anything to do right now. I mean, you took a chunky hit, but like, that's okay. Kind
Yeah,
of.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like the concept more than the damage.
Like, yeah, I've used a lot of spell slots and stuff, so I'm just gonna hold off. But being near you guys, I can help protect you and stuff. So I'm just gonna be in range of them, but not in range of the Drow. With my shield ready.
Okay.
And yeah, I just want to hold on to my spells for now.
All right. All right, back to the top with Baldr. Wait, if the
I am going to swing on the Drow that is stunned.
Okay.
Since he's stunned, and I guess basically he'll just be woken up after the end of this. So
Wake up!
Leave
Bah!
Whack whack.
Whoa.
5 more minutes, Mom.
So those will both hit with a 17 and a 16 on the die. So
No,
17
18.
plus 7 and 16 plus 7.
Oh, okay.
Yep, no, I know.
on the die.
Plus
I got
7
it.
to
Okay.
each one of those. So yeah, they'll hit.
Yeah. You gonna hit
Um,
each one, or the same
Okay.
one twice.
The same guy, yeah, the
Okay.
same guy. So 6 points for the first one,
Okay.
and 8 points for the second one,
Okay.
and I'm going to spend another key point and flurry of blows for 2 more hits.
Okay. Still on the same one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And only one of those will hit with a 19.
Yep.
And he will take 7 more points
Don't
of
you have
damage.
any kind of advantage because he's stunned?
Yeah, I mean he hit anyway.
Yeah.
Unless you want to.
I guess
you
I'll
roll.
get it. See if I can hit.
Yeah, roll for crits.
All right, so that second one that missed will hit, and he'll take 8 more points of damage.
Okay. All right. You're really gonna smack the shit out of it. It's gonna go from that kind of stunned Mortal Kombat days that we spoke of earlier, and kind of its eyes are gonna grow sharp suddenly, and the usual like gold eyes inherent with Drow suddenly go the haunting icy crystal blue that you've seen, and they kind of lock, and their focus just kind of blankly stares ahead, not really focused on anybody. And through the Drow, you're going to hear the kind of deep voice that you've heard inhabit all kinds of creatures and beings recently. I knew that you would be tough, but you have no concept of what havoc I am about to unleash on this godforsaken wasteland. And the eyes are going to go back to their usual gold color, and the kind of cognizant presence of the Drow seems to have returned. Alright, Jaatuuli.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and bite this guy for a 20.
Okay.
Not a natural 20. So for 11 points of damage.
Alright.
And then I'm going to grab him by the head and slam him down and stick my foot on him and pin him.
Okay.
So I'll have to do an opposed strength roll. So I'm at 16.
Okay, it's going to be a 12.
All right. So he is pinned underneath my foot, and yeah, he counts as prone now.
Okay.
And if he wants to do anything, he'll have to beat me at a strength roll.
To get up.
To move.
Okay.
Because he's pinned.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you're standing on this thing. Is it on the altar? Did you like pick him up and bring you to him? Bring him
and
to
slam
you.
him down on the altar and put my foot on him.
Okay. So you're going to now be standing on the altar with this thing pinned against basically the edge of it. One Baldr's been kicking the shit out of is still on the ground in front of them. You basically been kicking his head like a soccer ball. And all right, it is Orryn's turn.
Orryn will go and make it the rest of the way over there.
Okay.
And I guess he'll go to the one next to Baldr. And he's going to charge up his Thunder Gauntlet.
You got
And
a
he's going to swing.
guy though. He's prone.
I was like, he's
Oh,
probably
yeah. I'll hit that one for
the
advantage. Yeah,
the prone one.
yeah, the first
Okay.
one. So, it better hit. I'm glad I had advantage. The first one was a 1.
I turned around.
25
25 to hit.
25 to hit. Yeah, so that's a hit.
Yeah, so that'll
And
hit.
then that's an 11 thunder damage.
Okay.
The
And-
second one, it doesn't hit it even with advantage. I rolled a 2 and a 9
Okay.
on that one.
That's all right. You gave him one good old swat.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he still has that, which he's probably going to be dead before he can do anything. But he has disadvantage against everyone. So
Okay. All right. Is that it?
yes.
Excuse me. All right. The drow in front of Baldr, getting kind of desperate, is going to kind of slash at his ankles with his short sword for a. I don't think it's going to get it done. 18 to hit.
That is my AC.
Ooh, just on it. All right. It is going to take. Where there you go. You're going to take 10 piercing damage. And, ooh, you got lucky. 9 poison damage.
Okay.
Connecting is going to slash any poisoned blade like Drower want to do. The second one, I guess I got to try to get up from under Jaatuli's boot or bare lizard foot. Gross.
Just my foot, yeah.
Yeah, no, 13.
Gotcha.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for the drow. All right, Kelroth up next.
Okay. Does anyone need healing?
Baldr
Yes.
probably.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
I will do a nice bigger heal on you. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta. Okay, I'll have to do this manually, I guess. All right. Click the dice. Okay. Oh, double sixes plus 9. 21 points of healing
Whoa!
to the
Nice.
monk.
Whoa! That's a lot.
That's like half his hit points.
That's like
Yes.
that's more than a round of combat.
That's not my maximum healing, but it was above average. My average healing at that level would be 17 hit points.
Still a good number. 21. Nice.
Pretty good, yeah. I mean, that's just the bonus I get for
Like cleric.
the life cleric stuff. Yeah, I get
Mhm.
extra add-ons for that.
Right. All right. So Baldr's gonna feel a lot better. Probably not as sick, not as feverish, itchy from the poison. What else you got? That's it.
Yeah, that takes my action, so I don't really have anything else. Yes.
All right.
I'm just gonna stick close to them.
All right. Very well. Back up to the top, and Baldr feeling a lot better.
I am going to swing on the one who is still in front of me,
Okay.
having him not gone down yet. And I'm going to take my 2 attacks plus bonus attack.
All right.
So 3. Oh, wow. Is he still advantage, or is he still lying down and like trying fetal?
Yes,
position,
he's
or no?
the second one's still pinned under Jaatuli's foot.
Alright. So 2 of them will hit, 1 of them will not.
Okay.
It's like a size 22 lizard foot.
And it's still, like we said, it's still a drow, so it's not like it's beefy on its own.
It's like
So
if
he'll
Shaq
take
spit on you
18
and he was
points of
really
damage.
Woo! All right. So yeah, pinned under a big lizard foot. You're just gonna have your way with it. You hear some bones crunch. bruise start to develop, like, on what's left of its face. Blood just gushing into the ice on the floor. It's really not doing well. All right, that's it. All right, cool. Jaatuuli. Yeah, the one underfoot, not doing well.
No. But that's
no, he's not.
that was the plan. I'm gonna reach down and bite him.
Okay.
So I got 25 on the first bite.
Yes.
And I got 16 on the second bite, so I actually missed somehow.
Okay.
It's a long way down. It's a long ways.
He's running out of flesh to bite.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah, it's getting smaller.
So 11 points of damage from the bite.
Okay. Tell me how you dispatch this thing with your bite.
I bite him, like right on the forehead right there, and just rip up and lobotomize him. Just pull his crown right off.
All right, the body's going to go very limp very quickly, and then just kind of slide like ragdoll physics off the altar onto the floor and fall into like such a crumpled mess. Yeah.
Pop his crown off.
Okay. All right, so what else you got? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm going to move behind Kelroth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll whisper into Kelroth's ear. That thing stabbed me. That's all I got.
All right. Orryn, you've got one drow left. It's you know, it's I. I might be an overstatement.
Orryn will charge up the Thunder Gauntlet, and he is going to. Dang it, I get lost to this stupid character sheet. 1 second. There it is. Okay. That didn't hit. The second one, net one. Come on.
Just go back over
So
here.
I missed both with a natural one.
All right. I'll just go over here and pretend like I didn't just turn around for nothing. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Orryn will
I
he
mean,
will look very sad.
they're dexterous.
He didn't get-
You know,
Yeah.
they're dexterous. This one's able to move. You know,
No shame. No
yeah.
shame.
You got short arms. You can't. You know, you don't got the reach. It's all right. You guys got to get inside. Really work the shins. All right. So the drow once again. I'm gonna take a slash at Baldr for a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'm gonna take. Ooh, you got lucky. 5 piercing damage and 7 poison damage this time.
I will use my shield to absorb that damage.
Okay.
That was 5 plus 7, so that's 12.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
it's to spread out the damage.
Oh, well, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
So
appreciate
the
that.
weapon hits you, and it, I don't know, like in the movie, it just hits you, and like doesn't do anything. But I go, "Ow!" behind you.
"'Tis merely a flesh wound. I've cut your bloody arm off." No, you haven't. All right. That's going to be the lone drow because he's the only one left. And that shield thing is your reaction, yeah?
It's a reaction,
Okay.
so yeah, I only have one reaction.
Okay. All right.
Well,
well,
I mean, I could do it again after my next turn.
it's just that it's not your. It's your turn, but that wasn't your action. That was a reaction.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my reaction. So before my turn,
Okay.
I did that
All right,
on the Drow's turn.
Now it is legit your turn.
Yes. Yeah. So. I mean, the drow's like gonna die. Somebody else is gonna bite it. I don't need to do nothing. What's Tenta's or Jaatuli's state?
I'm missing 30 hit points.
Ooh,
30.
out of like 70 though, right?
Well, 73 because of the bite.
I'm trying to think here because where's my features? Yeah, I haven't used. Okay, yeah. I will not do anything for now.
All right. Cool. All right, that's Kelroth's turn. We're back up to the top to Baldr. Just the one drow left. The one that you managed to stun and mess up pretty bad.
Alright, well, he's going to get 2 attacks his way. Ooh, natural 20 on one of them. Bum, bum, bum. And the other one's going to miss.
Okay.
Wow.
So... And he's going to take 13 points of damage.
Ooh, all right. Is that with all the max damage? Roll again for the crit. Is it?
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on the roll. So,
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Dude,
so
I'm
it was
sorry.
12 plus 1.
I'm sorry.
Nothing like a minimal crit.
Yeah, right?
Got that extra 1 point. Dude, I'm sorry. All right. Is that gonna be it for you?
I guess I'll just make a bonus attack,
Might as well.
and I'm gonna miss with a 2.
Okay. It's gonna kind of dodge, even though it just got kicked in the face pretty hard. All right, Jaatuuli. It's one left. It is punch drunk as punch drunk can be, but it has all of its face. Yeah, you haven't bit anything off of this one.
I haven't bit this guy yet
Okay.
at all.
Well, I imagine that's about to
You have
change.
peace.
Well,
We got all your dinner, right?
this
Oh,
time
sorry,
I'm
did?
gonna
Okay,
act
I thought-
So I'm
Brush
going
your
to use
teeth.
a reckless attack.
All right.
So I got a 23 to hit the first time.
Yep.
And a 25 to hit the second time.
Okay.
So I got 11 plus 12 damage. So 23 damage.
Okay. Tell me how you dispose of this drow.
I'm standing on the altar above him, right?
Yeah.
I swing down and the axe just goes and parts the two sides of his face.
He's cleaved the drow in twain. There's your old timey word, Kelroth.
On my shoulder.
All right.
Wait, what? Say that again.
Splitting something in twain. There's your old person word right there.
Yeah.
Oh, in twain.
In
Yes.
twain. All right. So as we've discussed, you split this thing in twain. It kind of falls you all the way through, or just like enough so it splits, but still like connected at the hips.
He's a little far below me, so it just kind of goes.
Okay. So half of it is going to split open. We'll say to like the mid sternum.
Yeah.
Weight's going to kind of mushroom out. Blood, blood, blood. Collapse. The air and everything's going to go quiet, except for the maniacal laugh you hear out from the actual chasm.
That dude in the cage. Where is the cage in proportion to where we are?
It's going to be on the other side of the gap and at the far end of the chasm.
Is she still giggling?
Yeah. Just nonstop.
I'm gonna take one of the boots from this drow off his foot and throw it at the guy on the cage.
Okay.
Quiet.
Give me an athletics check for the throw.
Critical athletics check, so 27.
You're gonna hit it so hard that the cage is gonna kind of rock on its on its placement, and the human inside doesn't flinch or even acknowledge the boot. He's just kind of sitting there, just laughing like a crazy person.
Okay. Wow. My best boot throw ever.
Who throws a shoe, man? Honestly.
And you guys saw it. So, thanks for sharing that moment with me.
I'll always remember this day. So yeah, you got 2 dead drow at your feet in various locations, and then outside of the chamber, either up the stairs from whence you came or through the little corridor out into the actual chasm, you just hear this persistent, like, maniacal laugh.
Let's go ahead and let's loot them.
Okay.
Jump down the altar and start going through their stuff.
In it, you're going to find an odd steel key.
All right. Is anyone totaling this? Or are we keeping this as a public record of...
I don't write them. I'll be honest with you. I'm not. I have it written down what they have on them. Yeah. Okay. I was like, one of them's got a key, 20 pieces of silver, and a silver dagger.
Oh, interesting. Anybody want some of this stuff? I got the key in my claws.
Orryn wants to grab the key. He likes to figure out where they go. So Orryn will go up to you and be like, I would love to hold on to the key if you don't mind.
Oh, here you go.
Thank you so much. I will try to find its home. It's always nice to open a door. You get to see what's behind it. It's always fun, unless there's a dragon.
I pat you on the head. Yes, doors are fun.
There's that wailing sound still happening, right?
The laughter.
Or laughter, yes. Laughter sound.
Like
Okay.
Beavis and Butthead, like...
More the Mark Hamill's Joker, that maniacal, like hee 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 hee, but just constant. Like the only gap in the sound is just for the person to take like a breath, deep enough breath to expel out laughter until they almost pass out.
God, I hate that person.
It's not funny, bro. Look around you. This place sucks.
Maybe he's cursed. Kelroth? Maybe.
I mean, maybe. We'll have to go examine him.
Maybe I'll bite out his throat.
I mean, that would stop the laughter.
But he may be innocent.
And be delicious.
Is there anything else of note in the area?
In this, unless you guys want to check out like the altar or the dead bones.
Always got to check the altars.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll examine the altar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a religion check, because that should be an
I'm
easy
okay
thing
at
for you.
those. I think.
I know
Well,
how-
I'm okay, not great. Actually, it might does. Hold on one second. It's not going to be good regardless. Yeah. Let me just double check.
Not a master.
What was the other one? Whoops. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. A 10.
It looks the kind of like style of the altar looks more akin to something a druid would use than a cleric of a deity.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't use this kind of stuff.
You tell the party that?
Yeah, I guess I'm just like, I don't know what this is, but it looks druidic in origin.
So Orryn will say, I know one way to aggravate this guy, and since he's been such a pain in our ass, and he takes out his ladder and sets the altar on fire.
Okay. It's gonna like kind of bubble, um, like a boiling pot as you set it on fire, and as the fire kind of burns, you're gonna see that this kind of layer of like grime and blood and tissue from whatever the hell they did on this thing is going to fade away, and the altar is going to appear to be a giant like cut of the odd black crystal you've seen a few times.
Well,
So they were making sacrifices on the crystal.
you know what we do when we find stuff made out of black crystal?
Jaatuuli smashes.
Jaatuuli smashes.
Hmm?
I will go ahead and fulfill this prophecy and swing on the altar.
Okay.
Smash it.
All right.
Hmm.
Go ahead and give me a roll. It's a pretty big piece.
Yeah. 26 to hit.
You're gonna literally like shatter it. It's just gonna kind of like tempered glass, just smash into a bunch of tiny little pieces, and they're all just gonna kind of cascade down all over the floor. As you smash it, you're gonna hear the maniacal laughter just increase, and this kind of mumbling get worked into the laughter.
Is there any way to tell what the mumbling is?
If you want to go outside into like the narrow ledge of this tier of the chasm, you might be able to hear.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I'll investigate it. Are you guys okay with that? If I go try and hear what it's saying?
Okay.
All right. As you come outside across, like on this tier, you're gonna see. It's a human now. The blue eyes, the shaggy beard, kind of scraped up and scratched all in the face and torso, and the laughter from that is going to continue. Up above them on the next tier, standing directly over the cage, is another drow with like a cloak, and appears to be making gestures with his hands. You're going to see a little mage hand come down. It's going to rip open the door to the cage. With the other hand, he's going to lift it up, and he's going to levitate it across the gap and land it right on your side of the chasm. And hold on.
Wait.
It's a really powerful mage hand.
We just see a hand?
It's mage hand open the door, and then the creature is going to be levitated across.
Oh. What does it look like?
It just looks like a ratty, like human.
Is he still laughing after?
Yes, he's laughing the whole way, and for the most part, kind of seems like oblivious to like everything that's going on.
It's a kitty. Okay. I could try something really crazy.
Yeah.
No, I can't do it. No, I can't do it.
Well, so how far away is this human dude?
It is now right in front of you. It has been levitated Now you see it has like a morning star, the bright blue eyes, the maniacal laughter, and it, with the deep voice, is going to look you dead in the eye. This is the future of all living things in Icewind Dale. Let Orryn have her darkness. She controls weather. I control life. And I'm going to need everybody to... Actually, you guys, we'll just keep the same initiative order. I'll just add him. Alright, so it's going to land like right in front of Jaatuuli, who is blocking the like the kind of entranceway to the outside. We're going to go in the same initiative order. Baldr is going to be first inside the chamber somewhere. Jaatuuli blocking the outway, and then this crazy thing in front of him.
Oh, does he get to go before I do?
Just to keep the initiative order.
Oh, okay. I get you. Go ahead, Baldr. Put the, well, I know I'm like a 7-foot tall roadblock.
Reach around and stab it.
I'm nimble. So I'll move in for my melee attacks.
Okay. Give me an athletics or an acrobatics to like get around Jaatuuli.
Okay. Both of the attacks were 19s.
Okay.
On the die, so let me grab another die. So athletics.
Acrobatics, just to kind of move out of the like squeeze by.
Okay.
All right.
That is a 25.
Okay. So you're gonna basically probably squeeze right through his legs. He's big, he's tall, probably a wide.
Slide, like I'm like running, do this little slide, and then I kind of like use my momentum with the hands and spring up, and it's just boom, kick right, double kick to the face.
Okay.
That will be 26s to hit.
Yes.
All right. So that is 11 first one and 12, so 23 points of damage.
Okay. You're gonna kick the shit out of this thing. It's crystal blue eyes, and it's like maniacal, kind of not focusing on anything, just kind of like aloof, if that's possible. Doesn't seem focused. It seems really, mad. Crazy mad. All right. So you're gonna
hold on.
Okay.
And then I'm also gonna spend a key point
Okay.
and take the dodge action as a bonus action.
Okay. All right. We're gonna have you like slide through and off to the side.
Okay.
So that you're not occupying the same space. So it'll be Jaatuuli, the Berserker, and then like you next to it in like a 3-point L. All right. All right. Jaatuuli still standing there with this thing and this ugly flail in front of you.
All right. I will swing at it with my axe. Recklessly. So that's an 18.
Yep.
And a 20.
Yes.
So 9 damage and 11 damage. So 20 damage.
Okay. You're going to hit this thing pretty well, pretty clean, with some nice shots. Its body is going to suffer the effects of your axe chops, but mentally this thing still just seems kind of out there.
Okay.
All right. Orryn, next to act.
Orryn will run up, aggravated over the failure of his Thunder Gauntlets the last time he tried to use them. He's going to give it an extra charge this time and go for the hit.
Okay.
Does a 14 hit?
It does. If you're gonna run through Jaatuuli's legs, I'm gonna need you to make an acrobatics check, probably an advantage because the math says you should just fit under there without any trouble.
19 with advantage.
Okay.
I would have been a non with that.
All right. You're gonna squeeze through both Jaatuuli and kind of slide by the Berserker, and this way you guys will now form a T. Orryn, Monster, Baldr, and then just into the cave will be Jaatuuli. All right, so you make it through. You did Thunder Gauntlet him, yeah?
Yes. And that's 7 thunder damage.
All right.
He gets hit by the concussive strike, and the second one, because this one was a 18 hit, will deal 8 thunder damage.
Okay.
So 15 total thunder.
The loud crack of thunder from the Thunder Gauntlet like echoes through the chasm, and it is quickly drowned out by this continued maniacal laughter of this thing. All right. It is now Kelroth's turn.
So, they've done some chunky damage. Is it looking pretty rough?
It is looking pretty rough.
Okay. I'm like, I could cast a spell on it, but it's a high level spell, and then it might not do anything. Or I can just let them kill it.
Leave it.
Huh?
Leave it to the 3 that are whacking on this thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Does he look alive or is he undead?
This face
His face looks all fucked up.
It looks all kind of sunken in. It's still got like the kind of pallor of a living creature. And yeah, that's it. Like it's got the pallor of a living creature.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll just get close and prepare myself to defend my friends if I need to.
Okay.
Yep,
all
that's
right.
it.
Back to the top with Baldr.
Skid and Baldr.
Yeah, fuck this boy up. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. All right. Since my teammates are now by me, I'm gonna go in for all 3 attacks. And I'm only gonna hit with one of them with a 24 to hit.
The AC is remarkably low.
The other ones were 11 and 9.
Okay. All right. So you're right. Okay.
So yeah, only one of them's gonna hit. And that's 10 more points of damage.
Okay. It's going to just continue to wail away with its laughter. Ribs obviously broken, smashed with an axe, hit with a thunder gauntlet. It is now the monster's turn, or the creature's turn. It's just going to kind of sit there and kind of spasm. And it's going to kind of look at everybody and not act. It's just gonna stand there. All right, Berserker. Jaatuuli, next to act.
All right. He didn't act.
He's got a mechanic where he rolls a d6 before his turn, and if he rolls like a certain thing, it just doesn't do anything. It's mad.
Jaatuuli just kind of raises one eyebrow and looks at everybody and shrugs. Recklessly attack this guy. So I got a 25 and a 26.
Yeah, both of them, yes.
Both miss. So there's 13. So 26 damage from the 2 hits.
Alright, so tell me how you dispose of this thing.
The axe goes right through the head, or right through the neck, chops the head off, and on the way back comes back up and takes a leg off and spins him.
Okay. The body's going to collapse without a leg, and the head is going to go flying off into the air and down into the chasm. And as it lands, you hear the kind of melon-like squish of a head falling 100 feet to an icy bottom below. And even after the impact, you can still hear this odd laughter. A little more garbled, a little more bubbles from blood and the such. But the laughter just continues from the bottom of the gap, echoing up through all the ice walls of everything about it.
Creepy.
Yep. So that thing is now dead. Boom, boom. We will go back to the chasm. All right, so back to the chasm up on stream. You guys are still going to just be outside of that first little chamber. The cage is across the way. It's with the door open, and the drow that released the berserker is no longer there.
Weird. This is all very creepy to me.
It must have been the drow that caused this, though. If we stop the drow, maybe they won't do whatever they did to this creature again.
We will stop the drow and eat their flesh.
I will let you eat their flesh, but I will help you take them down.
All right, that seems like a fair plan.
All right.
Anyways, with my size, I would only be able to get through, like, I don't know, like only a small portion.
Yeah, you would be full quickly.
So the wind's going to whip through this cavern like a high-pitched whistle. The laughter still continues from the bottom of the chasm. But outside from the laughter and the wind, no other like audible sounds can be heard left in the chasm.
Good. We should get the hell out of this chasm now. I don't like it in here. Anybody agree? Time to move?
Yeah, that's definitely reasonable. Let me just look here. The cage. Is there anything in the cage? Do we see anything?
Waste from the captive, but otherwise, like, no straw bedding, no like possessions, just an iron box with bars and him and his morning star apparently.
Okay.
That thing.
Gotta give him something to do.
Feeling about it.
What time is it?
Um,
I know we can't really tell what time it is, but like what approximate time it is?
It's probably mid to late afternoon by now. You just peered above the cloud line right as the kind of that window of time for the curse, and then we'll say 4 hours up and back down. So yeah, about mid afternoon.
Okay. I'm just like, if we get a long rest at some point, I'm telling this to the group. I can like change my spells. I can have access to the ability to speak with the dead. It's limited in its capacity, but it might be able to get us information. But I don't know, like, it has limits and stuff, but like maybe we could use it on one of the drow, maybe we could use it on this guy. I don't know if that would be useful to us, but I just keep seeing all these dead bodies and I don't know, I just want to speak to one of them and see what's up.
You have a weird fetish.
Hey, bro, how
It's
was
not a
your day?
fetish.
How was
Not
your
a- I
day?
didn't say sexual. I said information gathering.
Don't spell shame, Kelroth.
Yeah, you know, like
Barbarian, I'm a spell shamer a little bit.
yeah.
It's good roleplay. Fuck off.
Regardless, as I use more spells, I am gonna need to get a rest soon. But from our area, like, does it even look like there's anywhere to go? Like, where would we go?
You can see on the other side two little kind of little caverns in the same way that you're in. They would be obscured by the snow from the surface, but you can see these two little kind of cutouts, and from them you see a kind of like flame-like glow as like a source of light from inside of each one.
We're gonna have to like walk around. Right?
It's going to be a very narrow ledge, even more so by the bit of the ledge that got taken out by Jaatuli's Baldr.
Well, let's start video game side, like side shuffling against
You
the
all
wall.
can do that. Orryn's just gonna walk normally.
I mean, fair enough.
Everyone's just like, wee, la la la.
He's just
Yeah,
skipping
he's
along.
just gonna
Look at all this
prance.
room.
Yeah, prance.
All right, so does Orryn want to go first?
Yeah, Orryn will go first. If anything, his slot weight will ensure, if there's anything that would break with him on it, obviously.
Do you want to go alone, or do you just want to go first?
I'll leave that up to the group. I will tie. Well, that's pretty far in it. How far would it be to get to the other side?
Just cross the gap.
Yeah.
1, 2. Looks like about 30 feet.
Awesome. Orryn's going to tie his rope to Jaatuli's hand. I guess he doesn't need to tie, but he's going to give Jaatuuli a piece of rope, and he's going to tie it around his waist so that if he does fall or anything,
I wrap it
he'll-
around my hand a couple of times. There you go.
Thank you, Jaatuuli. That way, if I fall to my death, you'll be able to catch me instead of, the alternative.
Yes.
Dying is tough.
That's a long fall now. That's a lot of D6 of falling damage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a half feather fall, but and then when I get to the other side, I could maybe pop a rope, make it. I don't know.
A slack line again. We could do that. Okay.
Maybe.
You're gonna get to the other side. The first cavern, the closest to you. As you get up on it, it's dark except for, like I said, what appears to be like a flame as the lighting. You want to peek inside?
Yeah.
Right. You're gonna peek inside. It's like a small little like cubby. It's actually managed to be kind of warm in here, and in here it seems to be like a pile of straw, and like a little bit of like a leg bone with a little bit of meat on it that you can't tell, and like an empty cup that probably had like a drinking liquid. Looks like a drinking cup in it, and that's it.
So nothing too interesting outside the leg bone.
Nope.
Orryn will be there, and he'll go and tie the rope down. Probably at any stalagmite that he feels would be strong enough to hold people's weight.
Okay.
And then he will move on ahead to the next bit while everyone's crossing.
All right. The laughter is going to continue from the bottom of the chasm. As you make your way to the cage, it just looks like it's got human waste in it. Like whoever's been in there has probably been in there for a while. There doesn't appear to be any like plates of food or bones or anything as if it had been fed. And you come to another little kind of cavern chamber. Inside, the same thing, like a pile of hay, a fire, some bones that had been chewed on. and a cup. And then off to the right, you see a little kind of cutout where the bottom is completely like covered in tiny little bits of the black crystal dust.
So, so there's nothing too interesting on something.
Mm.
So Orryn will go back out to the rope, assuming no one has started crossing yet. Orryn will just yell out and say, "There's nothing on this side. No sign of the drow anywhere."
Lame.
Yeah, I was hoping, because if he was over here, I was gonna pick him up like you did that one drow, and I was gonna throw him over the chasm. Yeah.
Yeah, that is proper.
But
So did you see any sign of where we would go next?
unfortunately, no, I don't.
Into
I
the
didn't.
cavern or into this like pit, this deepness. Does it look like there's anything down there?
No, it looks like the only things that you can see are Jaatuli's Indiana Jones snowball and the head of the berserker. There doesn't appear to be any way down, like footholds, a stairwell in the ice, or anything.
But down is where we should probably head. It's an option.
It's an option.
Um,
Kelroth's map is going to continue on beyond this chasm.
Okay, yeah. With like a slight I'm feeling a little like lost, a little confused. This doesn't seem to be where we want to go. I pull out the map, and I start seeing that like this is just like a stop on the way, perhaps, and that maybe we need to keep going.
We should backtrack and continue forward.
Yeah, let's see if we can find another way or another path, and kind of use the map as reference to see if there's another way. Because I assume again that we're going to some kind of black tower or old dwarven fortress, so I feel like we'll kind of know what it is when we get there.
It's definitely not a hole in the ground.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't think so.
Not a literal one, at least.
Some sort of ice necromancer drow. They're known in the world. There's a bit of a stereotype that they're a bit of a, ponce. They're a little bit poofy. They like
see.
they like a nice little shower and a nice little bed and everything. They wouldn't sleep in a dank old cavern.
They're ice hippies. Or he's an
Yeah.
ice hippie, at least. All right.
That's what they're like, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we if once we find our way, mush.
Okay. You guys are going to go back up the stairs, and suddenly this kind of odd kind of gash in the middle of the map seems to make sense as a point of reference. The trail is going to continue down along the east side of the chasm and kind of continue down. And as it does, you start to see what was once just like a blanket of snow kind of turn back into a little rocky path that seems to coincide with the map, as far as this big hole kind of makes a little more sense now on your map.
All right.
All right.
Then is there anything ahead, like any sort of identifying landmarks or characteristics that might be of interest that we should head towards?
You're going to start to descend down from the highest peaks of the Spine of the World Mountains, and up ahead, the path kind of winds down, hugs like a ridge line, and it appears to kind of move into like a valley on this very kind of gradual descent. And even in the darkness, you can kind of see this essential trail through the rocks and snow kind of appear, as opposed to just the blanket sheet of snow that was right at the cloud line. Keep following?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going.
After 20-30 minutes of walking down this kind of rocky path, eventually you are going to kind of make your way into this valley as the trail is going to wind in between this huge gap of rock that probably is 60 feet high. And as you make your way through, this valley is going to open up, completely surrounded by almost like sheer faces of rock. To one side, you're going to see what looks like a mining tunnel. It's going to be, braced with boards and stuff for structural support. You see a mine car track, some mine cars, a bunch of footprints from activity near where the track ends. And next to where the track ends, you are going to see this enormous black stone edifice rising up, and all of the footprints and everything are going to kind of move around and seem to come up this slight little ramp and into what looks like to be this little kind of shack, little tiny building in the front, up against this big stone fortress. As you guys kind of stand there and take this all in, this is going to be the perfect time for us to take our break real quick. We're going to take a 5-minute break and bring us back now that the party has found the Dwarven stronghold they've been looking for. So it is 8:51. We're going to try to take a 5-minute break, and then we will be right back to jump into this part. All right?
Alrighty.
All right, so everybody stick around. We'll see you in just a minute. Boom. All right, we are back from our little break. The party has finally reached the Valley of the Frozen Kings, and before them stands a kind of looks like a mine operation with cart track and a very big tunnel just descending into darkness. And across the way, just this impressive stone fortress, most likely built by dwarves. So who else the hell is going to build a mountain top fortress like this? And the party's just going to see this big valley in the darkness. It is entirely empty. What little light is projected from the fortress is just going to be seen in these little kind of slightly bigger than like arrow slits, but they're very small. And otherwise, it's just going to be a windy, dark, late afternoon with just this big fortress standing before them, and we'll let the party decide what they want to do now.
I point at the tower. I'm like, see, that's where a ice necromancer druid would live. I knew it.
Agreed. How far away are the
Does
tower?
there appear to be any like scouts or like watch or any like? Cause this thing's pretty big, right?
Yeah, it's taller than it is like kind of wide. Outside of the image, there's like a little kind of hill that goes up into what looks like just this one tiny little room.
Like this stairway here.
Kind
Kind of like a stairway on the side.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Is there any like guards?
There don't appear to be. Just whatever you would see this little ramp kind of going up to.
How do we get in there?
Well, it looks like there's like a sort of stone walkway that leads up to like where the lights are coming from, the windows. But I feel like there's probably danger. I mean, there's obviously danger. I mean, more like I'm surprised that we don't see anything else, like guards or drow or something. Maybe there's something invisible or sneaky up ahead. But I'm kind of ready. I'm fully prepared.
Did we get a rest in?
Yeah, we got a rest in
Yeah.
before we got to the tower.
Yeah, you guys kind of saw the valley, saw nothing around, and took like a good rest. At which time the party will also have leveled up to 6 in finding Sunblight in the Valley of the Frozen Kings. So we are now into fun tier 2 play. Yeah. So it's going to be the next morning. It's still not early enough for the sun to have come up for its sad little appearance under the veil of the curse. And you're going to see, like, off on one side of the valley, kind of a stairwell that descends. The footprints from the mining portion of the valley seem to all kind of lead to this stairwell that seems to be cut into the side of the mountain. So you can see the stairs. There's no, like, corridor or anything. And they make their way deeper in and then kind of turn and make their way into the, as best you could tell from your vantage point now, the only kind of point of entrance into this huge fortress.
Well,
So
let's give it a go.
I should tell you guys something funny.
Oh, that's right.
When we wake up in the morning, Jaatuuli stands up, and he's got feathers coming from his head and running down his forearms, and down his legs, and some on his back.
What
And-
color are the feathers?
White and red on his white skin, and his eyes don't look like lizard eyes anymore. They look like bird eyes. And Jaatuuli looks up at the sky and says, "Finally, I am becoming more like the eagle."
I look over, I notice this. I'm like, hey, Jaatuuli. I'm like, oh! Yeah. Jaatuuli, are you doing okay?
I am okay. Jaatuuli is becoming more like the eagle.
Is this a normal thing for your people or lizard folk?
It is the normal thing for those who walk my path.
Okay.
Not
You're feeling okay, right?
I feel better than I have ever felt.
Okay.
In any case, it's very impressive.
A bit nice little like crest of feathers, like.
I imagine it like those prehistoric dinosaur birds now, you know, like
They're kind of
Yeah.
like little sprout of feathers.
they're like
The-
lizard
Well,
and they have
since
like
he's like
they have teeth and
a
everything,
lizard
but they're
person,
also
I
got
just
feathers.
envision like he woke up and looks like a raptor.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
you're
he's
that
just
you're
all
that
of a
in
sudden he
between
just-
evolutionary step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look like a mix between like Leatherhead from the Ninja Turtles and like a raptor from prehistoric time.
Yeah, your final form is going to be like an ostrich or something. Like, look at me, I've evolved. I don't know, dude. It's kind of weird. Yeah. So, do you get like an Assassin's Creed like screech when you do stuff? Because if so, that'd be fucking awesome.
I mean, not on paper, but we could try and figure out how to work that in there.
All right. So yeah, you guys still this giant thing. Like I said, it doesn't appear to be like very guarded aside from its presence and its existence just looking imposing as hell.
Yeah, we're imposed.
With eagle eyes, can I see anything upon closer inspection? I can see up to a mile clearly.
You can see into the room that the path goes to. In its hold on, where'd it go? Boom.
Side eye.
Oh jeez.
In through the only door you can see, you see like a giant wheel, a chain, and a lever. And in like as the room kind of fades, you know, away from the window, it just gets kind of dark. The light is very much like in the front by the windows.
Orryn, come here.
Portal, go on up there.
Can you see that chain and lever in there?
Yeah.
No.
There's no way you can, right?
No. But Orryn's gonna nod his
He's got
head.
He's
magic
supportive.
eagle eyes.
Or yeah, he's helpful and a good friend, so he's like, yeah.
Yeah, you totally see it. Looks awesome.
Send your homunculus in there. See if he can hit the switch or pull the lever.
So
Maybe some kind of gate.
So Orryn tells you, he says, so I need to tell the homunculus exactly. Now I can see it, but if you just describe it real quick, just so that we're on the same page to make sure I've looked at the right one, I will let him go do that.
I get down on one knee and I'm like pointing. I'm like, there's a wheel and a chain and looks like a lever. You can. I mean, I know you see it, but there's a wheel. So go ahead.
So Orryn will send the homunculus servant in there, and I assume it just does it no problem. Like once it gets in there far enough, you can see it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's like I said, it's a big wheel. The room doesn't have a lot going on. a lever, and attached to the wheel is like a series of chain that kind of goes up through like the ceiling.
So the homunculus servant will activate the switch.
Okay. You're gonna
yeah.
Okay. You're gonna hear the echoing of like chains moving, the same way of something like a drawbridge or a very large door. As the chain sound kind of echoes through the valley, you're also gonna hear like a metal kind of screeching sound, as what sounds like two giant doors open. Can you see through it, like the homunculus, or do you just send it off?
I can't see through it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. It can understand the languages I speak, and it has dark vision, but I can't like see through it.
Okay. Would you know if something happened to it?
There's like a magical connection. I don't know, like, that I would know that something happened to it, but if I tried to, like, because I have an ability to cast a spell through it.
Okay.
So, like, if I try to cast a spell through it, then I would know.
Whatever sensation you have to know that if you needed to make this magical connection and have it cast a spell, is suddenly gone. You just, something, doesn't feel right. And as you lose the sensation of being connected, you hear the chain once again working, and the sound of the doors once again.
Oh, damn.
Orryn looks sad and he says, I think I lost my little buddy.
Oh, no. Oh, I put
He
my
kinda like
hand on his shoulder. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I put my hand on his other shoulder. I am sorry.
I'm gonna kill these people. I'm gonna kill them.
Okay, we'll do some killing, buddy. Don't worry about it. Well, okay. I'm just looking at all of my fantastical spells here. And I could
I'm gonna kill him.
I mean, okay, so is there more than one way to get into this thing, or is there only this path up?
As best you could tell, this is the only access. There doesn't appear to be doors at ground level. The mine, the footprints and everything outside probably tell you that they went, and plus the trail leads up to the stairs and then up through the side.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's get into marching formation and let's do this.
All right. The usual.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna make your way up. There seems to be no ice. The walkway, like the path that's cut into the mountain, and the steps seem to be very well maintained. No loose snow, no ice, anything like that. And you're gonna kind of make your way along. And as you do, this path is going to continue sheer down, probably about 250 feet to the valley below. And you're going to walk up and you're going to see a large double gate on your left-hand side. And in front of you, this kind of narrow opening that looks like part of the wall collapsed.
Oh. How can I look in there?
You're gonna look in on your right hand side. You're gonna see all the slots in the wall for the windows. Everything is this deep gray, granite limestone. Looks exactly like what the mountain is made of. In front of you, you're gonna see once again the lever, the link and the chain, and in the floor, you're gonna see like kind of this one discolored tile that just looks different from the others.
And you said there's windows in front of us?
On the right hand wall, like as you look in on this wall is going to be like all the windows that you looked in through with your eagle thing.
With my eagle eyes. I'll go ahead and side eye one of the windows. What do I
Like
see?
one of those raptors from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's like.
Anyone in there is fucking terrified.
So the windows are going to look out into the valley. The torchlight is going to be along that same wall, like illuminating back. And as you get up close, people should not have a problem like squeezing through the gap. It's pretty sizable. Jaatuli's probably going to have a little bit of a hard time squeezing through.
Yeah. We could go through the window.
They're not very big. They're.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Damn. Well, we'll probably have to ford this gap to get in. If I go
How
first.
big is this gap?
It's probably about 2 feet wide.
We should all be able to get over that.
Everybody except him.
Jump.
No, it's like a gap, like between like two things. You have to like squeeze through it.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to grease up to get through there. I got a
Not a
tail.
wizard. I don't have grease. Could you imagine that would be the worst? A wage just comes up to you and just covers you in grease. Oh, come on,
All right,
man.
get in there. I was like,
I do technically have the grease spell.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're gonna have to grease up the muscle guy.
I didn't prepare it, but I can always retcon it.
here we are again.
Okay.
We're all
Well,
gonna sit
I mean-
right here on this gap and just hang out for a
Is
day.
Is it skinny enough for Baldr to get through?
Yes.
Why don't you take a peeky do inside?
Yeah.
Why did I just give them all?
Well, I mean, I could do it. I just thought like you're like lithe and agile, and it'd be easy.
And
for
you could
to
hit
spin
something
it out.
if there's something in there.
You're like
Or
a
you
nin-
could get out quickly if you needed to.
Yeah, you're like a.
I mean,
All right.
don't feel
That's
like
fine.
I feel
I'll
bad
go
now.
in there.
Okay.
Oh god.
All right, so Baldr's gonna squeeze through into the room. The link, the wheel of chain, the lever, and the odd little panel or floor tile all in front of him.
Really? Oh, louder.
Where does it look like?
What do you see?
There is a tunnel to the left that kind of continues into a series of corridors. On the other side, at the far end of that hallway, there is a double set of steel doors once again. And in front of you on the floor, on the other side of the odd floor panel, is another set of double doors.
I use my quarterstaff to poke this thing on the floor.
Okay. It appears to be made of a kind of metal. It seems to be perfectly flush with the floor. The adjoining stone tiles all seem to be kind of dirty. A lot of foot traffic, a lot of kind of like grime and residue seem to be at the corners and all the adjoining tiles to the metal thing in the floor.
Okay. Does it like depress?
It doesn't, like if you stood on it, does it give?
Yeah.
No, it's pretty solid. It's got like a slight little flex just because it is a metal not a stone. But it doesn't like it's not like you
Yeah.
stepped on a trash can lid and like it gives.
And then there's the panel on the wall.
The panel is the floor.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
and then there's double doors, the chain, and the lever, also in this room.
All right. So
whisper
I
and
will.
I'm like, is it safe in there?
I'm gonna call back out. Wish me luck, and I pull.
You're pulling the lever. So you pull on the
Yeah.
you pull on the lever. As you do, the chain kind of starts to give and starts to follow, and you hear the same sound that you did from the floor of the valley. Orryn's homunculus is smashed on the floor. It looks like it took a crossbow bolt through it. And then for the party outside on the ledge, the double steel doors are going to start to creep open. And they're going to look in, and they're going to see a portcullis that is down, but they're going to be able to see into a room that ends in like a corridor.
So I'm gonna pick up Orryn's homunculus, or like the remnants, just kind of like piece it, like what I can together, and just kind of like put it in my satchel.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna call out. There's a door opening somewhere. I believe it's on the ledge where we were.
There's a door opening back where we were?
Yeah. Right where you're standing on the ledge to your left, the double doors have opened, and then in front of you is the crack that Baldr squeezed in through.
Oh, well then I'll walk on through the double door.
Okay. And like I said, at this point, just on the other side of the double doors as they open, there's going to be a portcullis that's down. But you can see through, the gaps in the bars into a small little like vestibule and a corridor behind it.
Right. Come on, Baldr, let's go through.
Can I get to where
You
Jaatuuli is from where I
can
am?
squeeze back through. You are the only one currently inside. Everybody outside, the doors are open, but the portcullis is down. So all they can do is now see inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to stay here for to operate like this lever and everything.
Is he on the map?
Because there's still that
he's
other
gonna be
chain that
he's going to be in X6.
Okay, so that's where he is.
Yes.
And we're out at X1?
Yes. The portcullis is so there's the double white line, that's the door. The little wavy line's going to be the portcullis. Then X2, then the corridor you can see behind you. The double doors in front of Baldr are going to be X7. The little panel is going to be that weird square on the floor, and then the chain and the handle are actually under right where X6 is on the map.
Okay. I guess we should go into X2.
That's where the portcullis is, blocking that.
Oh, it's blocked.
Yeah.
But the door's open.
The door's open.
Is there any switch or any doodad near the portcullis that I can see? That...
You can't. There's nothing on the walls, on the inside of that vestibule that you can see.
Okay.
What's the portcullis made out of?
Like steel, like a very sturdy metal, and it's probably 40 feet tall.
All right, gotcha. Feeling small.
Oh. Okay. Well, I guess I will head into X6.
Okay.
Because I don't see anywhere else. I'm just gonna slip through the crack.
Okay. You're gonna make your way through. Your heavy armor is gonna kind of screech a little bit. It's gonna take probably little gouges out in the rock where it's a little tighter.
Sound like two cruise ships hitting each other. Just like a
smash. Don't get caught in the Suez Canal.
Very, 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 very subtle, very silent.
So you're gonna make it in. Baldr's gonna be standing there. The chain having opened the doors. A corridor to your left that ends in a double door, but also branches out to directions left and right. And then a set of double doors in front of you on the other side of Baldr, and then this weird floor panel.
Okay. I'm going to just silently walk to that corridor that's like heading towards X4, so to the north on the map, and I just want to like just peek around the corners. Like I don't want to step into. I'm just gonna, as subtly as I can, just look around to see if I see anything in the corridors.
All right. As you look left, you're gonna see another set of double doors at the end of the corridor. A kind of cutout that, by orientation you would realize is probably the entrance to the vestibule from the other side, from this side, from within the complex. And then to the right, you're going to see it branch off, double set of double doors at the end, and then two sets of double doors on the left and right hand sides, as well as a corridor without a door, and then another set of double doors on the left.
Okay, but there's nobody like in there or anything, right?
Nope.
Okay, I will come back.
Okay.
And I will. Is Baldr like? Are you holding the chain? Like, is it staying open only because you're holding it, or is it like the lever or whatever?
You muted, buddy.
So I guess I pulled the lever down. Yeah, I guess I was holding it there. If I released it, does it start to rise?
Nope. The lever's like locked into place.
And it had like a clicky.
Okay.
And you say there's like a floor panel or something?
Everything else on the floor.
Yeah, so I'll point him in the like, I'll show him the metal panel like in the floor, and then I'll like kind of point towards the door, and I believe something is behind that door.
Something or someone?
I haven't heard someone.
Okay. This is an Orryn type device. Just call it Orryn. We need your expertise.
Orryn
We're gonna have to abandon Jaatuuli for the moment.
Orryn will more easily than Kelroth find through the little gap there to look at the device and I guess investigate it.
Okay.
Yeah, I will cast guidance on you.
Okay.
I'll support you. That's a D4 to your roll if you get one.
So what does Orryn? Does Orryn find out anything about it?
I'm sorry. It either my internet stroked out or yours did. What'd you get for the roll?
Oh, what roll is it? And just investigation.
Investigation's fine.
Is there any? Because I have quite a few full proficiencies, like Tinker's Tool and Sense Tools. Would I get any? Would any of those impact that as well?
Yeah.
I don't have to. I was just
yeah, no. Just if anything to do with like metal or something, that would probably work. I figure you'd probably know a little bit about like metal work for all that you make and everything.
Awesome. Would that give like because I have expertise in tools, but usually with Xanathars it gives advantage. So
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
go with advantage
Yeah.
or false. Okay. So and it's an investigation, right?
Yes.
And I have got. So I rolled a 1 and a 19. So it's 27 before guidance and 30 total.
As Jesus. All right. Is this like you? What do you just draw up blueprints or something? So this is what this thing is.
he's like, I know the guy that built this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I pantsed him in 5th grade.
This guy's such a moron. You would have been better with this design.
So as you kind of look at the panel in the floor, like right where it becomes flush with the stone, you're gonna see like very fine gears and like a chain that appears to be on like both sides of the panel. That looks like it's part of like a machine of some sort.
So Orryn sits down thinking about what to do with that. You said there's 2 chains on each side?
Yeah, like... Yes. They're threaded with gears, 2 gears on each side, and then 2 chains that kind of go from, looking down on it, they would come up and then back down into, like, the hole.
So this thing is probably controlling some door or something at a lower level then?
Is the door at X7, while this is going on, is the door at X7, is it locked?
It is not.
Okay. I'm going to slowly push it open.
Okay. You're going to peek in, and the room is going to be just
explode.
Abnormally dark.
Oh. I'm holding up my shield. And I'm going to use the cantrip Dancing Lights into it. Does that change anything?
How's that spell work?
It just creates 4 little balls of light, like torchlight or lantern light. Like, it's not super bright or anything.
As you do, you're gonna see the darkness does not quite behave as it should with these lights.
Okay. I'm gonna get everyone's attention. I'm trying to occupy the door space with my shield out. I'm gonna be like, I think there's a drow in here.
What? Try to get my head through the gap.
Yeah, there's just a Jaatuuli eye.
And was there anything else in this room that might hint at being able to get Jaatuuli?
Nope.
Through? Okay.
This is sizest is what it is.
This is the boss is like Jaatuuli biggest threat. Let's keep him out.
Ableist behavior by the dungeon master. Shameful.
Oh my goodness.
So as your dancing lights kind of swirl in, the room illuminates as it should, with the exception of this one little corner that almost appears to have like a perfect section of a sphere. Of just absolute blackness. And I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative, please.
Oh, no.
That me, because I'm stuck on the other side of this fucking thing. I guess I'll try to get in there. Are you guys rolling initiative?
Oh god, it's really bad over here. We could use some...
No, we're fine. All right, 25 to 20.
21.
All right. 20 to 16.
16.
Yep. 19.
Okay.
For all the
That's like almost the exact same rolls as before.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Because I got the
Except for he
same
had
one.
Baldr had a 24. That's otherwise it's the
and
same.
the Drow did a lot better this time.
Oh, boo.
Well, I don't know. Kelroth, what'd you get? Just to.
I got a 14.
Oh shit!
Oh, dude.
Holy schmoly.
Man, was that a net 20 for you?
Yeah. Not quite, not quite. Almost.
Oh, dude,
Wow. Okay. So, Kelroth.
I mean, I guess I am at the door and aware and paying attention, so I'm ready.
As the door opens and the lights kind of shine and the whatever is in this little kind of globe of darkness, as the Kelroth kind of realizes what's going on, it's going to just a crossbow bolt is just going to come flying out of.
Shield, shield.
It doesn't matter. He rolled a 4.
Yay, shield. Patang!
So just instinctually, it's just going to shoot out of this globe of darkness.
Just hear me. Oh, Jesus!
Dink off the shield, and all right, Baldr's going to be first to act.
So, just very quickly, you said that like in one corner of the room, like
It's going to be the sound.
part
It's going
of
to
the globe,
It's just because it's going to be so tightly against that all it's going to
the wall.
Yeah, it's in the very southeast corner.
So there's just like part of like a bubble of
Yeah,
darkness
just
in the wall. So
as much
there's probably
space
a
as
drow in there.
Yeah,
Got
as
it.
much space as it needed. Yeah, so it's just going to look like this odd, like semicircle dome from the corner.
Yeah.
All right.
Do not have the magical spell to.
Yeah.
Well, I do, but I'm not going to test it.
I'm not going to use it on this.
Yeah.
All right, Baldr,
level
first
spell.
act.
I'm gonna move in towards the inky
darkness.
blackness
Okay.
and move to hit it.
All right. As long as it's in the inky blackness, you're going to roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
Inky blackness.
So that one's gone with a 19 to hit.
Okay. Let me see if you're going to break its concentration, and you do. So you're going to kick it. Its globe of darkness is going to kind of fade, and you're going to see a drow very similar to what you saw in the chasm with a crossbow and a short sword.
All right.
All right, so your 19 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
Okay. That's 8 points of damage, and make a con save for me, sir.
Uh-oh. This thing again. Ooh, no, that's not going to get done. That's going to be a 9.
All right, you are now stunned.
All right.
Oh, stunned.
Yeah, okay. Is that it?
So I will call to the other two people in here. I've subdued this drow. We may be able to question it.
Jaatuuli, what do you want to do? You're outside. I'm gonna rule that if you want to squeeze through, you're gonna use your whole movement, and you're just literally just gonna be right inside the gap.
All right, then that's what I do.
Okay.
I kind of like.
The tail's probably like hard getting through. Probably your big old lizard head, but eventually you kind of scrape through.
Orryn will grab his finger and just try to pull him.
Thank you, Orryn.
All right. So you're gonna be inside now, but that's gonna. You could. Well, you don't have line of sight, so you couldn't throw anything if you wanted to. But you're inside. Hey.
I'm there. Hey.
All right.
That's all I need.
All right. Orryn.
Orryn will run into that room. How far away would he be?
You're gonna be on top or nearby the thing, so 20 feet.
20 feet. Awesome. That's enough space. And he's gonna give him a knee full of thunder gauntlet.
All right. with advantage because he's can't do nothing about it.
Oh yeah. So the first one was 19.
Okay.
Okay, it's 19, and then the second hit, because I'll hit
So
toss.
as
with-
he's doing that, I'm like, whoa, I've already done that. Let's just tie him up.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot that he was stunned. Like,
No, it's okay. Go right ahead. Like I just imagine it like you just come charging in the room like ah!
That is like a full Batman moment where the guy's stunned, just like.
This little gnome with a war cry.
this is like the best damage rolls that I've done
Okay.
as well. I got 21 total points of thunder damage.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you punished the shit out of him.
So you're gonna clip it in the knee. It's gonna fall still kind of rigid. It is now prone. You probably broke its leg. With
Tearing
the
those
punch.
ACLs.
So it's gonna fall, and just kind of like still.
What is his physical condition? Is he like totally destroyed, or he's almost?
Almost. Definitely like some physical structural support. Like my man can't stand up.
Okay.
Fracture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a
Okay.
stitch
I
of
just
a
need to read
opera.
because I think my turn's coming up here.
Okay.
Okay.
It is your turn.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I should use a high level spell or not on this thing. We could have some fun with it if I do succeed.
Creepy.
Yeah.
I like that this is a person and we keep calling it a thing.
This
Makes me
thing.
happy. That's how you do mayhem right there. Tell yourself it's a
Yeah.
thing.
Don't.
Oh, okay. No,
Don't
no.
personify that which you want to kill.
Yeah.
Okay. He would get advantage, so it's not really quite worth it.
Not Miss Piggy.
Because we're beating the shit out of him. So, God, he doesn't look too good. I have rope.
Time up.
I'm gonna pull out the rope. I mean, he's basically a mess, and he's stunned, so he can't even like resist really. I'm just gonna try and tie his ankles and wrists together.
Okay. His left leg, where
I'll tie him.
Orryn punched him and shattered his femur. It's a little hard.
Oh,
You have to
jeez.
like
No,
kind
that-
of
no,
you have
no,
to
no,
kind of
no.
like finagle it to get them
Okay.
joined together. But you get him tied.
Oh, jeez.
His wrists much easier tied as they're still structurally sound.
I tie his wrists together, and then I'm just like, oh gosh. Hey.
It's a compound. It's a
Or
just
compound
sitting there
fracture. It's pretty
laughing.
bad. And
Don't
so
ask where I learned how to tie knots.
Okay. So he'll be
Or
tied.
it's like, I didn't know he's in it.
He's all tied up. Is that going to be the end of your turn, Kelroth?
Yeah, and I want to make them nice and tight.
Okay.
So I double check my tightness.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of up to you guys if you punch or bite him.
Um,
He's tied up now, so we beat him.
all right.
I'm not there yet, so
Loser.
you got time to decide if you
I'm
want.
definitely gonna voice my opinions. Like, before we kill him, let's at least ask those questions you were trying to ask the dead people.
Yes,
Oh.
that's why I wanted to tie
Okay.
him up.
So it's the Drow's turn, stunned, doesn't get to do anything. It is Baldr's turn again, which means that as soon as Baldr's done, this thing is no longer stunned, but will be tied.
Yeah,
Well, not that
so
it matters, because if you guys want to kick
Not-
the
yeah.
shit out of it, it doesn't really matter. But at least he's gonna
We've got him, we've
he's
got
gonna
him.
be awake at least. So Baldr, it's your turn.
He's gonna wake up with a half noodle leg, wondering what the.
Anderson Silva's leg.
Poor guy. Oh my god.
All right.
I'm like, I
So-
almost want to cast healing on his leg, but I'm not going to.
I got this one. So I'm gonna kind of like look at him, and like since I can like see that he's like the glaze is coming from his eyes and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm gonna go. Now you're going to wake up in a second. It's gonna hurt really, really bad. and I am sorry.
I'm
But
not
I
gonna lie
can
to
do a
you.
little bit about that. And as he's waking up, I am going to use what is it? My healing hands, and he is going to take he's going to get 6 hit points back
Okay.
What a lucky
as he
guy.
wakes up,
Okay.
and like his kind of leg isn't,
It's
quite
no
as
longer a compound fracture. Um, so he's gonna wake up.
yeah, like
The bone's back inside, so we're
it's
gonna.
just a spiral fracture.
Yeah, a really nasty one. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's just shattered now. That's it.
Yes.
So he's gonna wake up.
You will be able to walk again.
with a hobble and a cane, but hey. So he's gonna wake up and he is just going to begin screaming, "Alarm! Alarm! Alarm!"
Oh,
And
I'm
as
gonna just
he's gonna go back out, as he
Alright.
lays there with his eyes closed, you're gonna
Hey, you're really gonna lay on some pins.
you're gonna see like a blue glow come from under his eyelids, and his eyes are gonna snap right back open, and it's gonna be that blank, vacant stare. And the deep voice you're very familiar with is going to come through. Welcome to the birthplace of the new Icewind Dale. And from out in the hallway, you're going to hear a commotion of footsteps, quite a few of them, kind of rushing down the hallways from 2 large-sounding opening doors. And anybody who can see out the corridor to the left is going to see a good pile of drow waiting to enter the room, and we're going to leave it right there for today.
Quick question: was that drow that we just fought? Was that the one that killed the homunculus?
Yes.
I have no regret over it.
Baldr, put it back.
well, if it's any consolation, him yelling alarm brings me to like almost infuriating point, to the point to where I want to just I just want to stomp on his leg now. So like I'm right there.
This is the part
He
where
broke my little buddy. I break his leg. It's only fair.
I tried to be civil in this whole thing, and he didn't want to make it civil. So now
This
I
is
just,
where-
You chose violence,
now
not me.
basically and now basically I'm gonna like turn into like spear hand, and you're just gonna see like fists go through like chests and stuff like that. So
me and Jaatuuli are gonna be standing by the door, and then, like, you'll see the drow and everything, and like in the background of the shot, you can just see Baldr and Orryn just pounding on something on the ground. Boom.
And I picture the drow flooding the room like the crazy 88 in like Kill Bill. Just
as like Jaatuli's standing
Oh,
there, they're like all
Jesus.
just like surrounding him and stuff like that. Yeah.
Where's Fireball
He's
when
just
you
like
need it?
plenty of faces to eat.
all right, so yeah, that's where we're gonna leave today. Before we get out of here, we always like to meet the amazing people behind these characters. I assure you that they are better people than they are role players, which says a lot because they're great. All right, let's go back around from whence we came. Jaatuuli, squeezer through small gaps, and apparently more or less the vanguard of this charging collection of drow. Tenta, Jaatuuli, tell us about Tenta, the great man behind it.
I am Tenta. I am 38. I'm married. I love gaming, video games. I love tabletops. I like combat sports and wrestling and metal music. So if you want to get in touch with me and talk about any of those things, then you can at RipTentaSqueeze on Twitter. And and I'm just honored to be a part of this and glad to be around these guys.
Awesome. We love having you, buddy. All right, let's go to Orryn, unrepentant breaker of femurs, of trow.
He had it coming.
Hey, man. He had it coming. Yeah, so, Orryn, tell us about Landon.
So I'm Landon Baker. I'm a software developer. Actually, I'm going to apologize. I was supposed to play the Woodstock Wednesday last week. Was not able to due to some issues at work I had to take care of.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, but
Seriously.
but I love my job most of the time. But interfered with D&D last week, unfortunately. I have a wife. I have two Saint Bernard dogs. They're little tiny puppies. One of them's only 170 pounds. Little tiny one.
Tiny.
But yeah, he's scared of everything though. The cattle beat him up.
Yeah.
But I love video games. I also like metal. Tenta definitely has some good playlists, so that's been nice. And yeah, I love D&D, and I love this D&D group. So
I love having you, buddy. Orryn's a lot of fun. All right, let's slide over to Kelroth, who I'm starting to feel like might be itching for violence. Yeah, we're getting there.
No.
No? Okay.
He's having adventured with a group. He is questioning things, but he knows who he is deep down, at least, or what's wrong with him. My name is Dustin, and I play Kelroth. I live up in Canada. Things are getting a little crazy now because we're starting to open up Canada because our vaccine rollout has been pretty good. So, yay. Other than that, though, yeah, I play a lot of video games. I'm kind of into this Burning Crusade classic, a little bit of World of Warcraft, killing some time there, just for giggles. And yeah, that's about it.
Sign me up for Wrath of the Lich King Classic. I will be all over that shit.
I mean, it's inevitable.
I know,
right?
but I was like,
if they release anything else after that, who knows? But definitely Wrath of the Lich King will come out.
Yeah, and then they probably stop.
And I'm
because
sure
after
they'll
that,
sell character boosts and everything for that too.
I can't imagine there's such thing as classic Cataclysm. So.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Yeah,
there is some nostalgia for that a little bit.
I don't know. I don't think anybody wants to play the new maps or whatever. I think
it's kind of like, to them,
sure, you just get to
they
do it
fought
all
it for
again.
so long, but the money has clearly shown itself to be there. So now it's like, okay, if they feel like there's money in it, they might just do it regardless.
Yeah, and
just so that like they basically have two Warcrafts happening at the same time. They have old and new, and
fuck your sequel.
There are people who will do it. There are people who would do it.
Like I said, you give me Wrath Classic, I'm all over it. And let us finish up with my business partner here on the channel, my very good friend, Baldr. Tell us about Lewis.
I am Lewis. I am a catering chef by day, husband, father of two lovely girls. I also have a dog and a cat. Mine's a lab mix, not quite as big, about half the size of one of Landon's dog, but still quite a big dog for his size. I also love playing video games. I'm an Xbox player myself. I spend, whenever I can, playing anything on Xbox. Other than that, I love motorsports and love playing D&D. Love hanging out here with all these lovely gentlemen, and really love hanging out on this channel with Manny, a wonderful friend of mine and a wonderful DM. So
Thanks,
let's just give it up for him again.
Thanks, buddy. 20 episodes. It's all for you guys. Like I said, 20 episodes. That's impressive. Like I said, I've never actually counted group sessions before, so I don't know really what that translates to. But when you do count it, 20 to me seems impressive. That's 5 months. Like I said, going since January. So yeah, like I said, so those are our amazing players. Once again, I'm Manny, your host and dungeon master here on this channel. At GrowedUpGeek on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Give us a like, follow, subscribe on any of those platforms to show support for the channel. when I'm not here on Tuesday nights doing this, Wednesday nights, I also DM 7 p.m. Eastern Time, One Shot Wednesdays, rotating players, new narratives every week. We get a bunch of people in here to play. Everybody's been great. Everybody here has played at least one in addition to this Tuesday game. It's a lot of fun. Check us out tomorrow, 7 p.m. On this channel for One Shot Wednesdays. And then Sundays, I Dungeon Master on a very good friend of mine, Wiley Hobbit's Twitch channel, 1 p.m. Eastern Time for Greyhawk Lives, our postmodern take on the classic setting. And that's about it for us. We do have some big announcements coming up soon for the channel. And if I don't see you tomorrow night or Sunday, hopefully we'll see you back here next Tuesday, 7 p.m. for episode 21 of Twilight Malediction. And until then, we'll see everybody later. Bye-bye.